Welcome to another episode of Frozen Oil. Once again, it's Rich.
And I'm Wayne.
And the Oilers win Game 5.
Yeah. Woo!
Unbelievable. The Oilers win Game 5. They are one win away from the Stanley Cup Finals.
Yeah.
And I'm going crazy. I can't believe this is happening, buddy.
I know. But it's happening. So get along.
So statistically, when a series is tied 2-2, whoever wins Game 5, usually it's an 80% chance that they're going to go on to win the series. So, last time we played the Canucks, we lost this game. The series was tied 2-2 and we lost. So the odds were against us and we still came back and won that series. Now, Wayner, the odds are on our side.
Yeah.
And the next round is the Stanley Cup Finals.
Absolutely. And we're coming home for that Game 6. So we need all the fans that are going to the game to bring it and make sure we help the boys close it out. So, but before we get into the game, Rich, I do want to shout out Shadify. Thank you, Shaddy, keeping the flow nice and tight. But while I was there, I met the newest member to the Frozen Oil family, as you like to say. Frozen Oil is a family. Marg, short for Margaret. How you doing, Marg? Marg is a nurse, so she's nourishing and loving, and we want to welcome her to the Frozen Oil family, and thank you for all the support.
Thanks for the support, Mark. We appreciate it, and welcome to the Frozen Oil family. I just want to start off by saying that watching the Oilers in Game 5, I felt...
What'd you feel, Rich?
I felt, and I'm not sure if you've ever watched one of these legendary teams. It doesn't just have to be in hockey. The most recent comp I will give you is the Golden State Warriors in basketball.
Oh, wow.
When you watch Curry, when you watch Klay Thompson, when you watch Draymond Green, when these guys turn it on, you just know, you feel it. You feel that something different is happening.
That they can't be stopped?
It's just the Oilers, they just look like a
freight train. It's not going to be stopped.
They're just a fine-tuned hockey machine. And when they start going, it's almost like the other team can't catch up. And that's why, I was gonna stand on this hill and tell everyone that, out of the first 3 games, even though we lost 2, it didn't feel like we were behind. It didn't feel like they were dominating us in sectors.
Absolutely not.
And if the Oilers can, put together a complete game like they did yesterday, oh my God!
The most complete game I think we've ever seen.
I don't want to start thinking too far down the road. We're gonna take it one game at a time. We learned our lesson, but they look good.
Absolutely, an incredible team win. Like I said, the best they've looked all year. The best they may have ever looked. Like it's smart, mature. They played an excellent surgical road game yesterday. Dallas looked like they didn't really have much going for them, but I think a big part of that, it was how the Oilers were making them look. So excellent job by the boys. If they play like that, like Draisaitl said, if they bring their best, they'll beat anybody else's best, and that's what they looked like yesterday. So
they look phenomenal. Right to the scoring summary and get things kicked off. And first period, again, we want that first goal. It's a big goal, road game.
Yeah.
And at 14:09 on the power play, Ryan Nugent Hopkins, unreal. This guy, he's our 2011 first overall draft pick. He hung through the dark times here. I can't say the amount of coaches he's went through. Just his poise, his character, on and off the ice. I mean, this, I mean, McDavid wears the C, but you know, he wears a phantom C, I believe, for the team, and he's a proud Edmonton Oiler, and that's why we love him. And Ryan Nugent-Hopkins makes it a 1-0 game.
Absolutely. Yeah, he went to the net strong, and Bush got it on goal, and then he gets the backhand off, and it kind of flutters in. So absolutely, good job.
So we escaped the first period with a 1-0 lead.
Yeah.
I was telling you at the break.
Skinner came up with some big stops there, especially early on before that 1-0.
There were many great stops for Skinner, and you know, when we went into the break between the first and the second, I was telling you, like, if somebody told us he'd be going to Game 5, series tied at 2, and you're up 1-0 in the first period, we got to feel good about that.
We would have taken that all day long.
You got to feel good about that.
Yeah.
So that was kind of the conversation at that point. And then second period, another power play. And minute 6 into the power play, Hopkins again with a bullet posting in.
Oh, beautiful. Great pass by Draisaitl.
Editor Sean, please play the sound on that clip, because that noise for the post again just slices through. It comes out, and again, it goes in.
It's a beautiful
and a beautiful goal to make it 2-0, huge goal. And then,
how about that stretch pass first? Let's shout out Bouchard's stretch pass first to Draisaitl. Draisaitl with that sick backhand pass, like he's so good at. And then Nuge, of course, finds the perfect shot to go past Beto. So,
well, the pass from Bouchard was from behind the net over the blue line. I think they scored
set play on the power play.
From the point of him passing the puck, it took 5 seconds to cross the ice and score.
That's how lethal this power play is.
And when you have a special team, they do special things, and that was a prime example of that, Wayner. Like, good job picking up the length of the pass, because not a lot of teams can do that.
Yeah.
Not a lot of teams can do that. If you can score in 5 seconds, I mean, how many goals do you expect to score a game, right? Like, it's crazy. So it's unreal. We get the 2-0 lead. We're still in the second period, and
who else?
This is going to take some time, but 5:09 from the point.
Yeah.
Enrique Kane with the assists. Philip Broberg.
Broberg. First playoff goal.
Slap shot from the point. Top corner in the Western Conference Finals. This guy is a blue chip prospect for us. And for him to come into last game under the pressure he was under, and to come into the second game and play the way he played, I mean, even defensively, he was making some nice short passes. He wasn't overdoing it.
The lights aren't too bright for him.
He got playoff time last year.
Yeah.
You remember?
Yeah.
He got playoff time last year, and he looks completely different. He tore it up in the AHL this year. I was following him. And I do have a Young Guns Philip Broberg rookie, by the way. Get in on him early, guys, because if this guy fulfills his destiny, oh my God, we're going to have another to add onto McDavid and Draisaitl and Hyman and Nuge.
Yeah.
And, you know,
let's worry about the money it's going to cost later.
Holloway, Bouchard.
Yeah.
If you're going to add Philip Broberg into this, I mean, the future is bright. The future is so bright with this guy. I just want. He's 6'4", 212 pounds. Okay?
Wow.
He's 22 years old.
Perfect.
So you're gonna add in potentially, if this guy reaches his ceiling, because many comparisons were made of Broberg coming after he was before he was even drafted by the Oilers, as the next, big, sweet defenseman, right? So
let's hope. Yeah, let's hope.
For him to get that goal specifically, he was paired with CC on the third pairing too. I mean, that could have been that could have gone the other way, and it didn't. And not only did it not, he also gets in on a goal, a huge goal, a 3-0 goal. Unbelievable. Moving on to the third period now. Third period, 3-0 lead.
And you know the Stars are going to come out strong and bring it. Yeah.
14:09. Wyatt Johnson tips in a pretty crazy tip. I don't know if you saw that tip.
Absolutely.
Slow motion.
No chance.
He kind of flipped his blade down and it kind of went up. No chance for Skinner on that for sure. It becomes a 3-1 game, and I mean we'll talk a little bit about Skinner, but because prior to that goal, Skinner made some very, very big stops, huge stops. He looked solid in net once again.
Yeah.
And but Wyatt Johnson's goal, you start to think to yourself, is this going to happen again? Can it possibly happen again where the other opposition comes back? But the shift after that Wyatt Johnson goal, they came out storming the Oilers, and there was 20-30 seconds of ozone time after that goal. And once I saw that, they kept their foot on the gas, like we've been saying.
That's what we need to do.
We want them to have that frame of mind.
Absolutely.
I said to myself, they're closing this game out. They're going to win Game 5 on the road, and they have a chance to come home now and win Game 6. And knock on wood, we're back in the Stanley Cup Finals for the first time since 2006.
Hopefully, but yeah, it's going back to that Wyatt Johnson and then the shift after. That's because they got the confidence that they're saying, no, this isn't going to happen to us, and we're not going to allow it to happen to us, and we'll dictate the play. You don't dictate the play. And when things did break down, like we said, Skinner was there, made some great stops, fantastic last night. Good job, Skinner, who's playing excellent since he's been brought back into the net. And I never felt like we were going to lose control of that game.
So just wanted to mention a couple things before we get to the studs of the night.
Lots of studs last night.
There was a lot of chatter prior to the trade deadline for us to acquire some more depth pieces. We obviously bring in Henrique, we bring in Carrick, we bring in Stetcher. Those were the moves that were made. Again, Henrique, you're getting him for his defensive abilities more than his offensive abilities. He can't score. I mean, he's shown it already.
Great on face-offs.
He showed it his whole career, but I mean, he's already showed it with his short time with the Oilers. So instead of making those big trades, trying to get a Gensel, trying to get, and I'm not comparing these specific players, but we didn't go for those blockbuster trades where you give up, first of all, you're giving up more draft picks for your future, number one. But number two, these guys that are coming in, Holloway and Broberg, it's as if you've traded for these guys. That's how high they're playing. They're coming in and they're playing great. Still early on Broberg. He's only played 2 games, but Holloway's been playing the whole series, the entire playoffs,
and he's been great.
And he's been producing, and he's hitting, and he's engaged, and for us to get that, from our own system and our own draft picks, it's
they are the pieces, right? That's I think what you're saying here. They are the pieces that we want to acquire. It's like those are the pieces we brought in. Kind of, you can think of them that way. But obviously, Holland is very active. I'm sure he tried to get in on those guys, but just like Garth Brooks said in one of his songs, "Thank God for unanswered prayers." Right? So, it would be. How would we look if we don't have those? If those guys are off our team? Not to mention the draft picks we would have to give up. So, thankfully, whoever was on the other end of those potential trades didn't accept, and they are on our team, and they look great. And
for sure,
they're contributing. They're not just passengers or liabilities. They're part of the team, and some nights, like last night, huge part. So, thank God for unanswered prayers.
Batman Dark Knight, when both those boats, the Joker had it wired up for each one. They were waiting for each other. So sometimes the best move is to not make a move. Right?
Absolutely.
And like I said, I mean, we didn't have to give up too much. you know, to get Enrique and Carrick on the roster. But I mean, if you're gonna bring in, I mean, Gensel or, I mean, who are the big guys that were available? Draisaitl was available.
Yeah.
Who else?
Yeah, and we would have to remortgage the future, and like I said, give up these blue chips.
You're giving up a first rounder, a second rounder, potentially more. And I mean, when you have a team like the Oilers, you're gonna trade away your future to get guys now because they are ready to win now.
Yeah.
So with every Oilers win, our favorite segment is the studs of the night, and I'm wearing glasses today because I barely slept yesterday. I was so happy. I couldn't sleep. I was so happy. I kept thinking, I can't believe we won Game 5.
You didn't want the night to end.
I can't believe we won Game 5. I can't believe we are one win away from going to the Stanley Cup Finals. I'm so excited. So my eyes look really tired, so that's why I put these glasses on. But you want to go first? You want me to go first?
Sure, I'll go first. Yeah.
Okay, you go first.
There's lots to choose from. Actually, the whole team could have got the stud of the night, but I'm going with Skinner. He was huge. Obviously, when Skinner's playing like that, he's one of the better goalies in the league. And last night was one of those games when things broke down defensively for us. He was there and he made the big stops. It's not like we keep saying with Skinner. It's not the amount of stops he makes. It's the right time. It's making the stops at the right time. And last night was a perfect example for that. That game could have gone the other way had not Skinner made some big saves at the key moments. So Skinner, you're my stud of the night.
Great pick. I've picked him twice so far in this playoffs, and
he deserved it.
He deserves it because the position of the goaltender is the most important position on the team.
Of course,
it is. Yeah. And you know. For me, you know, Skinner is up there. Broberg was up there for me today too. But I'm going to go with the obvious. I'm going to go as my stud of the night. I'm going to go with the Count of Monte Cristo. Ryan Nugent-Hopkins is my stud of the night. 2 goals, massive goals. Nuge has been playing crazy. I think he was one of the best performers in the Vancouver series. And you know, for him to get these goals, especially him, because that was kind of when, you know, we were getting those first overall picks. We got 3 in a row, and then, you know, we missed 1 year, and then we get McDavid, and it's just like, he was part of that.
Put in his time.
Part of his future. He
paid his dues.
He was that guy. You're saying to yourself, I can't wait to get his jersey, and this is going to change the Oilers, and this is going to put us on track. And for him to do that, you know, don't forget, Ryan Nugent-Hopkins got over 100 points last year.
Yeah,
right? Yeah. Like, he's not some guy. Like, he's great. And,
For me, it's what he does defend on all parts. He touches all parts of the game. He's
all parts. He is power play, penalty kill, 5-on-5, top line player. So, well-deserved. Ryan Nugent-Hopkins, you're my stud of the night. So that's going to do it for today's episode. Looking forward extremely to Game 6. We're going to bring you some more content after Game 6. So just wanted to say thanks for watching the video. I hope you like what you're seeing. If you do, please take the time to like and subscribe. I believe we're like 5 subscribers away from 100.
Let's get to that 100 mark. We can add to the family.
Take the time to hit that subscribe button if you can. And most importantly, go Oilers, go.